beautiful audience. Happy Africa Day. Of course, it was celebrated on the 25th of May. And as Africans, we are grateful that we've got our freedom. It's Generation Next, a youth movement platform geared towards inspiring, motivating, and directing young people's participation towards responsibilities in the developing society. We are working to raise awareness on issues and challenges the youth are faced with in order to effect a positive change. How do we do this? We do this by making sure that we bring in young people who are changing the narrative. That is to say, young people who, regardless of the challenges that they're facing, they're still forging. And today I've got another beautiful young lady. I'm sure the gentleman would be saying, you've been getting ladies, but looks like ladies are coming more on board. That is a plus. And I shall give a brief bio before I let her say hello to you people, you beautiful, beautiful audience, of course. Yes, so I've got Mrs. Fatou Nyangado, who is a young Gambian entrepreneur living in Manjaikunda. She is a small-scale business. She has a small-scale business engaged in different kind of goods, from food items to baby products. Mrs. Fatou also does office supplies to different institutions. She attended some entrepreneurship trainings, which help her with ideas on how to handle her business. Mrs. Fatou Nyangado currently opened a small baby shop called Wotna Trading Baby Shop, located at Kotu, Silo. Isn't that beautiful, Gambia? We're having more young people coming up with their own business. That's fantastic. Madam Nyangado, I hope I've got that right.
Yes, yeah.
It's a pleasure. We welcome you on Generation Next.
Thank you very much, and I am very glad to be here. Thank you.
We are more glad to have you here.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. And like I said, Generation Next, what we try to do is bring in young people who are changing the narrative. Young people who, regardless of the problems, the challenges, the hindrance they're facing, they're still forging. Being a woman is beautiful, it's remarkable when I see you at this point because you are with your business. But it's important we try to understand where everything started. So could you tell us, if you may, provided you remember your childhood, take us through.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, I am Mrs. Fatou Nyangado, Silla.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Yes,
it's important.
Yes, I am married with 2 sons. I have 2 boys.
Nice.
Yes, living in Manjai with my husband.
Okay.
Anyway, going back to the business aspect, actually, I did my schooling at Kotu Senior Secondary School.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
From there, I continued to GTTI, where I studied marketing and public relations. Then I had since childhood, I have been in business. Because my auntie who raised me up, we sell different kind of products in our shop before.
Okay.
We started from a tailoring shop, then later a telecenter. By then, telecenter was a booming business.
Okay.
So from there, we opened a kind of...
Which telecenter is this?
Telecenter, like calling, where you go in.
You put money, coin?
Yeah, no, you call, you pay. After it reads, and you pay. Yeah. It's a while though.
Right.
So from there, my auntie's business changes. Then she was selling baby things, soap, omo, all those kind of things. To the extent that we were selling candle, mosquito coils, bleach, all those stuffs. So it was a petty trading. So I learned business from that. So I was going to school then. If I don't have school, then I have to go to the shop, sell. Then I would go back, have time for my studies, go back to school. So it was like schooling and selling. So it's like I grew up in that, in selling. Yeah. Actually, to cut the long story short, from there, from the shop, when I was going to GTTI, or even before GTTI, during my junior school, before I go to school, I had to make butterscotch. I like money. So I'll make butterscotch. When I go to school, I'll just go around the classes, sell my butterscotch, making comedy until my butterscotch finishes. Okay. I go to class. Yeah. Then when I went to GTTI as well, maybe some people might be watching, they know me. Yeah. I will make nanburu, as we know in the Gambia. Yeah. Then I'll make nanburu early in the morning. Yeah.
That's a bit drinking bread.
Yeah, drinking bread. Yeah, in English. So I'll put it in the fridge. Yeah. When I'm going to school, because I normally go by 3, I go early. Sometimes I do by half one.
Yeah.
Go to the school, sell all my naan brew first,
Yeah.
then go to class. So through that, I told my auntie that now you don't have to give me lunch for school.
Okay.
You don't have to give me fare. From this naan brew money, I'll be paying my fare. I'll be doing some of my basic things around it. She was saying, "Oh, okay. Let me see how far you can go with it."
Yeah.
And I went far with it. Because with that number, I'll pay my transport, I'll do some of my petty trade. So I remember one prayer, there was a Eid prayer. I told her, this year I'll buy for myself. And I did. I bought for myself, I bought for my younger brother. I know she saw that in me, that I grew up in business and I like selling. So it's a passion in me, actually.
Right.
So I started from there, selling small things.
Yes.
I sell anything. If you find me selling candle,
Yeah.
wonjo,
Yeah.
water, ice
Yeah.
block, I
Yeah.
sell all those things for my auntie.
Yeah, so it surprises me because if you were going to school,
Yeah.
at the same time you've mentioned your auntie inspired you.
Yeah.
Then you were into this petty selling.
Yes.
How was it for you then back in school days? Because I'm sure your colleagues would have, one or two persons would have tried to demotivate you in whatever it is that you were doing. How was it then?
Well, you're right. But one thing about me, it's that when I want to do something,
Yeah.
and I really want to do it, and I'm doing it, I see that it's helping me. Whatever you say, negative thing, it doesn't stop me. I'll make sure that this is what I want. And besides, those people that say, you do the slow, class.
Yeah.
They're not giving me fare. They're not giving me lunch.
Yeah.
So that nanburu, it's solving my problem. So I don't mind what people say. And at the end of the day, they buy.
Obviously.
So I'll just come, hey, but general nanburu, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, for me, negative comments, as far as it's not affecting it's not something that I'm doing that will bring my setback. Obviously, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Because anything you do, people must talk, whether it's good or bad. So
Obviously.
the thing is, just keep focused
Right.
and do what you have to do.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. So how was it? Because let's say me, for instance, I would be shy to actually go from class to class. Now I would want to understand, how did that develop, that rigid in you, that you, is it because your auntie was into business that inspired you? But if you can take us a little back, perhaps your junior school might have influenced, or perhaps even tell us about your parents also, because it looks like you stay with your mother.
Yeah.
So take us a bit back, how everything perhaps has grown, that rigid had grown in you.
Yeah, actually, it's normal for anybody. When it starts, you feel shy.
Yeah.
Because for me, like I said, I grew up in it. Initially, when my auntie gave me the ice block or the wonjo, I feel shy.
Yeah.
I'll just go and put it down and
Right.
sit down.
Right.
I'll not say Karen, I'll not say anything.
Right.
And the candle part as well, and the mosquito coil.
Yeah.
For me to sit there and sell it, it was a big problem. She will talk and talk, but later I was used to it. So I was used to it, at school I had friends, so I had a lot of people who, anyway, to be honest, I was stubborn type in school.
Okay.
So with my friends, so the close ones, the ones that were close to me, I could go to them first. So after it became part of me.
Yeah.
So I was not even shy. It was part of me. So even the non-board aspect, because by then I was much older, because I have finished grade 12 by then, I was in GTTI, but still I was inside because it was already part of me. Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, you are then telling us that the business dominated you even while you were going to school. Was there anything at the moment when you felt that, let's say before your auntie, because I'm from your story, looks like your auntie influenced whom you have become.
Yeah.
But before your auntie, was there a moment that you aspired to be something else?
Yes.
What was that?
My aspiration was to become a lawyer since I was young. That's what I always wanted.
Who inspired you when you were young? Because I'm sure perhaps you watched either someone or you saw something that inspired
Yes,
you.
I was having two things that I wanted to do. It's normal for every youth.
Yes.
I was like journalism or lawyer. Journalism or lawyer.
Okay.
So the journalism part was Fatou Cisse of GRTS. I used to like that lady,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Whenever I see her on TV presenting,
Yeah.
I'll say, okay, I'll just come and stand and say, me also, I'm giving news or I'm talking,
Yeah.
blah, blah, It helps me to the extent that even during school days, I was that outspoken one. Even on assembly, I talk. For the lawyer part, when I watch movies, I see like, my lord, objection, my lord, having command, trying to defend someone is something that I like.
Right.
Still now it's in me, but I think the business part has dominated that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, because some people might be watching saying that I was going to school and doing that.
Yeah.
But I want to clarify something. The business also didn't hinder my education at all. Because I was not one of the brightest, maybe I can say the first 2 or 3 student.
Right.
But always when you count from 1 to 10, I'm part of it, to be honest.
Right.
So I was not the dull student.
Yeah.
Because during my senior school, I was a deputy head girl.
Ooh.
Yes.
And that was cool. Is it cool too?
Kotu, yes. I was the deputy head girl of Kotu Senior Secondary.
Okay.
And during tertiary or even school days, I used to have this students' portfolios, clubs, how in school clubs,
Right,
blah blah.
right,
So
right.
this leadership portfolios.
Right.
Yeah, I used to be there.
Right.
When exams come, I always like to compete.
Right.
When you take this position, I was like, okay, I must beat this person. So it was part of me. Even in GTTI, I was part in my class. I was part of the 4 top students. So the selling part also didn't hinder me at anything. Yeah.
Okay, then because I understand that there is something you have to forgo.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I would use myself as an example. I had to forgo the good life. What do I mean by good life? Like the party life.
Yeah.
Right? So what did you have to forgo to do the business while going to school? That's number one. Number two, how was it for you? Because it looks like you were part of extracurriculum activities back in school days. How was it for you for the first time having to stand and speak in public?
It wasn't easy. I was a kind of talkative at school.
Talkative girl.
Yes, but I do public speaking. But one of the one that I remember most that really hits me, I said, okay, talking, and talking to public is not the same. Like we had some sponsors in Koti Senior Secondary School. They were whites. Munazamat Al Dawa Al Islamia. They were whites. So they came to the assembly ground. They were living. So they gave a vote of thanks and appreciation and everything. By then, normally, I, the deputy head girl or the head girl, one of us chaired the assembly. Like this week, the head girl chaired, the next week, I chaired the assembly. And that week, I was the one chairing the assembly. So when they gave their speech and the dawn, I wasn't expecting it. Our principal just called me and said, Fatou, come and give the vote of thanks. I was like, what should I say? I was like, I didn't even know what to say. So I had to, it was like, Mr. Sanyang was our principal. Yes, he was the principal.
Yeah.
I stood and said, thank you very much. We appreciate what you are doing for our principal and us. I didn't even know what I said. After the thing, I asked my classmates, did I say anything on stage? It's like everything came as impromptu speech.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say. But
Right.
anyway, it's not easy to speak in public.
So how was it? How was it? How did you feel later on? And what did your colleagues? Because I'm sure there are petty colleagues that will come and say, "Oh, look,
okay, mom. The help you give our principal, and the school, all of them. But I told you anyway, it's better.
Right.
At least I speak out.
Obviously.
It was like I didn't know what to say. If at all it was planned,
Right.
I would have given a speech.
Okay.
But that instant, he just told me, come and give a speech and thank them.
Right.
So I had
right.
to just come up, yeah.
Obviously. So what did you have to forgo? Like, what did you have to sacrifice in order to go ahead? Because you were going to school and you were also into your petty business. So what did you have to leave? What good life did you have to forgo to then concentrate on your business while you were going to school?
Well,
Because I'm sure your colleagues would have been, time you had a fural, you have to. Yeah,
why?
I know.
But what I had to forgo, there was a certain time that my auntie is kind of strict type. So she didn't give me that liberty
Right.
much. Though I had certain time to play, but for me, I don't play much. To the extent that I didn't even go to this afternoon baras. At the end of the day, what my auntie did was she got the ustaz for me and my younger brother, who come at night and take us for 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes for data,
Right.
then so that we can do our home studies and so. But I had to forgo a lot because later my activities were like I don't have time.
Right.
When you close from school, you have to study. I have to do this. I have to go to the shop. It's like sometimes I have to, bahal malo like we all do.
Yeah.
So my schedule was so I'm not that playful type too much.
Right.
Yeah, there was a time I was, but when she realized that I was getting older, I had responsibilities. Yeah, at an early stage. So I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to go to school. So though she wasn't putting me any putting any pressure on me, but it's me that want to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned you when you graduated from Kotu Senior Secondary School, then you went to GTTI.
Yes.
What did you study there?
Marketing and public relations.
Marketing and public relations.
Yes.
And you still forge with your business.
Yes.
So tell us about your business, how everything came about. Because from the nanburu to the butterscotch, or from the
Yeah.
butterscotch to the nanburu, and then how did it rise to what it is now?
Yes, actually, I was when I was at GTTI, my final year, I was working with anyway. Before that, initially when I started GTTI, the first job I did. I was working with Kante's printing studio. He's
Okay.
now the owner of iAfrica TV, Lamin Kante.
Okay.
Yes, I was part of his marketing team. So we normally go out and do marketing for him, for his printing.
Okay.
I started from there. I spent some time there. From Kante, I went to Capital Express.
Oh, we have things in similarity, like in
yeah.
common. I went to go to a senior secondary
Oh,
school.
okay.
I also went to Capital Express. Okay, go ahead.
So I went to Capital Express, Capex.
Yes.
I was a marketing executive there for some time. Then from Capex, I saw another opportunity. Whilst I was in GTTI, the school admin called, like, I think the institute came there looking for at least some of their brilliant marketers or something, you know. So I was called to ask me whether I was interested. Mr. Goddard called me. So I told him, okay, I will give it a try. So I went for an interview. Then I was given a 3 months trial at HG. Then I think I was in HG for 4 years, because later then I was staffed. I was there anyway for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there for a while. Okay. Then when I was in HG, to be honest, I worked for the company, but the company also exposed me. Exposed me in a sense that, you know, always give credit to maybe whom, you know, whom it's due.
Yeah.
HG really also shaped my life, because with HG, I was in different institutions. I was part of his top marketers, I can say, you know, and a lot of institutions that I have been, or I know people now who are of top caliber, thanks to HG. From the State House, Yari, all these top institutions you can mention. Yeah, I was exposed to them by HG.
Okay.
So through that experience I have, so I had to leave HG because later marriage, I had a child. I moved from my mom's house, my auntie's house, to my husband's house. The distance was far. I have to have a child to take care of. So the condition was not favorable. I had to leave. So when I left, I said, I'm not just sitting at home. That's not me. That's not me. So when I left, I came up with the passion. Okay, I know people. I have contacts. So what's the use of it if I don't utilize it? So the moment I go to offices, I used to see some people, they call them briefcase vendors. Okay. Doing this, doing that. Okay, I sat at home and I came up with something with my husband's elder brother. I told him about the proposal I have. So we started together, the first initiative. Then later, that was the first one. Then I kickstarted. I registered the business, found a name, registered the business. Then at the start, I had nothing.
Right.
Yeah, right. No capital, no nothing. I just started. So when I started, I go to institutions I know. I told them I have registered a business. I know you guys have been supporting me. Right. So I want you to support me as a young entrepreneur, a woman. I want to do this, do that. So certain people were really helping. So everything started that way. Right. No office then, no shop, no nothing. It was just me and my bag. I will trek. Sometimes I'll trek from Kairawa Avenue to Westfield through back way, you know. I'll just cut one office. Before I enter, I'll just wipe my shoes, you know, put on spray, reduce the, you know. So I'll enter, Assalamu alaikum, maybe I look fresh.
Yeah.
As if I'm coming from a car, you know.
Yeah.
Until there was this institution, GPI. Yeah. The secretary used to tell me that any day I see you.
GPI Westfield.
Yes. GPI, Gambia Pastoral Institute,
yes,
now Radio Variety.
Right.
Their secretary used to tell me that any day I see you driving a car, I'll know that you deserve it.
Oh.
So I told her, thank you very much. May God answer your prayers. Amen. So I will just hang in my bag. Any door I will knock, any door I will knock. So that's how everything started.
Right.
So I started. Certain institutions really have been of help, and still they're helping.
Right.
So that's how I started,
Right.
and still struggling because you know how Gambia is.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah.
Oh, you know, it's so touching. It's so touching in a sense that you with the work. You see, when I say we resonated because I particularly remember it takes me, especially when I was working with Capex.
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
it's also another
Yeah.
walking distance.
Yeah.
So it means you had to leave your comfort zone,
Yeah.
right? And then you had to walk from wherever destination it was all the way to Westfield, going from offices to
Yeah,
offices.
because you know you cannot be entering car, coming down, going up, coming down.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
So,
so-
what actually kept that motivation? What actually, because I'm sure at some point you were you feel
Yeah.
demotivated. So, what is it that you would look back on that keeps you going?
One thing about me, it's I always look forward on something. I never like, okay, we're in 2023.
Right,
I want to make sure that in 2024, at least this ladder, I was climb one or two.
right,
I don't want to go back to where I was before. And one thing was motivating me. It's that sometimes things are not easy, you know.
Yes.
And you want to make it.
yes,
And if you want to make it, sometimes things don't come the easy way. And anyway,
yes. Obviously,
yeah,
obviously, it's
everything
never
cannot.
easy.
Yeah, it's never easy
Yeah,
to
it is.
to make it short. So
Right.
I had this passion that I have to make it, even if I don't make it 100%. But at least I have to be a little bit comfortable, because one thing about me is that and I don't go to anyone and tell you give me this. Even my mom, even my husband,
Wow.
he can watch it. I don't tell anyone give me this. I cannot do it. It's not that, but it's not something that I can. Give me this.
Right.
So if you have to give me, you know you have to give me, then you give me. You understand?
Right.
But if you wait for me to tell you to do this,
Yes, then it's
then you will never do it. So that's why I work hard and do my ends to provide things for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I really like that about you. I wish, most of us young people are like that.
Yeah.
But I know you don't just get your materials like
No.
that. How are you able to sponsor yourself, get the materials?
Actually-
and what exactly? Tell us what your business does to begin with, and then later you can tell us how.
Yeah, actually, I started with the supply. That's the thing I focus on this office supplies. Normally, what I didn't have the money. I was just like randomly going out for business. Example, like I'll come to you and said that, okay, at your office here, do you need stationaries or do you need certain things? You know, I will inquire whether you need it. If you say, okay, we need this. This is the requisition. This is what we need. Go and supply. Bring your invoice, then we'll pay you. Obviously, I know I don't have that money. So there were certain people that really helped out. They will help me.
Yeah.
I will do the deliveries. And when the institution pays, I'll give them their money and keep my profit. One or two of them will tell me, keep the money, continue working with the money, don't give us anything in return. One or two person among them.
Yeah.
Don't give me back anything. Just work with my money until you feel that now you have this amount to continue, then you give me back my money. So that's why, because they know me, even if you give me any amount, I'll give it back to you. Because tomorrow I might need you again.
Right.
So that's how I started.
Yeah.
I didn't have any capital then. Then I started working. I started with someone's money. I'll just go. And there was a time I didn't have the money. The person didn't even have the cash. But he took me directly to the shop and told the shop, this stationery guys, that give her the products, I'll be liable.
Aww.
So they gave me the products, then he was liable. I had to do the deliveries. Then later when the payment was done, I went to him, collected him as well. We went back to the shop, we paid the money together. So that's how I started. So then that's how I generated some capital. But Gambia, right?
Yeah.
And also women. So, it's not much profit. You know how business is.
Right.
Then when I started doing business with GTHI, that's the
Tourism.
Gambia Hotel
Hotel School
Institution.
Yeah.
They are one of the institutions that I will always mention their name. They have contributed to my growth, to my development, to be honest. Because GTHI have helped a lot, especially with their former MD, even the current MD, by then he was even the deputy.
Right.
So they started giving me business. because for them their thing is helping young entrepreneurs, especially ladies, because they said they want to help us grow.
Yeah.
That's what they always say that, to be honest, and I really appreciate that about them, and they should continue. Not only me, but a lot of my type. So they started giving me business that, sometimes I'll even go and plead with them, please help me with the payment, Ali, this and this and this. So I'll just go there. I'll be there from morning to 4, sit down, I'm waiting for signature. So when I get the money, so when they pay me, I'll deliver again, take my profit. So that's how I started until I gathered some amount. Then I found a shop. I have the passion since I was with my auntie that I want to open a baby shop.
Okay.
I wanted to be big, but sometimes you start small.
Yeah.
So that's how I rented a shop and got some products. I started small. Anything I see in the market or people ask me, do you have that? I say no, but tomorrow
They start.
so the next day I'll just go and buy that product and give it to that person. So, because customers when they come, always you don't have.
It discourages them.
It discourages them. So that's how I started in general. Yeah. Until now, I established the shop and I'm still trying to boost the shop up.
Right.
But like I said, it's me alone.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm inspired by your story.
Thank you.
That has gone to show how much when you want something you go in for that.
Obviously.
So when you establish into your business, did you receive any sort of trainings apart from GTHI helping you? Were you able to get some sort of training to strengthen
Yes,
your business skill?
Yeah, even before I opened the shop, I did training with Startup Incubator.
Okay.
Yes, Aliu Jalo.
Okay.
I did training with them. They were training us on this business idea generations, implementations, and so. So even during that training, sometimes for me, when something comes into my mind, I give it a try.
Right.
So during that entrepreneurship training, we were there for a while anyway. A lot of youths, a lot of us.
Right.
So by then, my business name was not even Warna. I was using Albarca General Merchandise. Okay. So I was using Albarca General Merchandise. Then from Albarca General Merchandise, during the training, a colleague of mine, I told her that anywhere I go, I see Albarca, and General. It's kind of popular.
Yeah.
So I want to change my name. But by then, I had this idea of making baby carriers. Normally the baby carriers, we know they're imported, like these clips and so.
Yes.
So she told me, how do you want to do it? I told her that, okay, I'll buy this traditional fabric that normally we use here, like the Mandinkas Fataro, Darafano. And I told her I can put a piece of wax to it and a sponge inside so that it will be soft. Then I designed one. We designed one, the tailor sewed everything. We put her baby, one of my the girl I was training with, the owner of Nature Gifts and Care. And then she has a child. Then we put her child there. So the carrier was very nice and it was so traditional. Though I happened to sell some because there was a trade fair that I took it and gave it to one of the people who were there. Then we put the child there. It was showcased during the runway. So it was nice. So that's how I came up changing my business name from Albarca to Warna. Because she told me that the baby carrier, you can say is safe. So it's safe in English, you can say Warna.
Okay.
Like it's safe.
Okay.
So that's how we came up with the name during that entrepreneurship training.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So now, how would you say your business is going now?
Now I would say it's average. Yeah, it's average. It's average. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you get your customers? Do you like? Is it you're using social media to attract more customers, or do you go office to office supplying? How do you do?
Actually, I'm not very active on social media. Not very. Yeah. But I guess I work on that because normally the social media also sells a lot. Especially I'm not very active on it. Okay. How I get my customers? My shop's location is on the highway.
Right.
Yeah. So the people I know, I call them or I put on my status. My friends. So or WhatsApp groups that I say, okay, whoever has a child or have a namesake or your brother or your sister or anybody or family, come and patronize. I have baby pants or anything that you need.
Right.
Okay. The other part, that's the supply part, I still go to offices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see
So
both
so offices do for the baby. Is it baby stuff?
No,
What do you
offices
supply
I do
offices?
with the. It depends on like cleansing materials, stationaries, provisions. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Fantastic. Isn't that beautiful?
yeah. It is.
Jamban nga.
You get try,
So,
right?
so on a final note, what advice would you have for young people? Because what I realize nowadays is most of us young people don't want to suffer,
Yeah,
don't want to start from one. We okay, now I see you, I come to your shop, I see you driving a car, and then I am really inspired by you, and I want to have what you have now. So what advice would you have for young people?
well, my advice for young people is sometimes things doesn't come easy. I mentioned it here that the secretary who was telling me that any day I see you driving a
Driving a
car,
car,
you deserve it.
yeah.
The time that I was like using my natural car, that's my legs,
Yeah.
from
That's a nice way of putting it.
traffic light to restroom, it wasn't easy. And knocking at people's offices, failing you, no, them will be after disappointing you, buying credit. I could have said that I was a young girl then. I would have even exploit myself, which is not right. I don't advise anybody to do that because certain institutions, things like that can happen.
Right.
They will see you that you're desperate for this thing, and who knows. But what my advice to all the young people out there is always know what you want, be focused, and go for it. Because obviously, if you know where you're coming from, this is what I want in life. In life, everybody should have, like, how would I call it? Things that you prioritize. You understand? We all have our commitments. We all have things, but things are matter of priorities.
Scale of preference in
Yes,
academics.
yeah. So obviously, you see Fatou today, doing this, doing that, or you see her driving car, or you see her, ask her where she starts. You know, ask her. I'm still struggling like them. But the thing is, do not sit back and say, Gambia young, but Gambia easy.
Yeah.
Gambia easy with that. But if we all get up, go out there and look for it. Even if it is $100 a day, that's how much a month. That's 3,000 a month.
Obviously.
And certain people are not even earning 3,000 a month. Sometimes you go out for it. You go out for it. It's not easy even on my side because I'm married. I have my home to take care of. I have my kids to take care of. But with all that, that's why when I close, I relax. When I wake up in the morning, okay, I have to do this. I have to go there. I have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So the only thing I want to say is that have a plan in life, have a focus in life, work towards it. Let nobody discourage you. Someone else is sitting down on the social media, certain things. All that glitters is not gold.
Right.
Yeah. So just work hard for it, and who knows, things can come up from anywhere.
Obviously.
I am here today on this live video. I might go home.
Yeah.
Someone might contact you and say, call Fatou.
Yeah.
I want to invest in her business.
Right. Obviously. Obviously. Yeah.
That's
Obviously.
it. If at all I wasn't here, that might not happen. So let's just bring out what we have. We are all gifted in our own way.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that's my advice.
Thank you so much. I am
Welcome.
really, really inspired by you. To be honest,
you.
yes, it's true. We're all gifted in our various ways.
Yeah.
And she said it. Gambia, most of us love to complain. It's not easy. It's not easy. Nelson Mandela says it's never. It seems impossible until it's done. So it's not easy. But if we get up, you taka sundiga, you joke, it will be easy.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Fatou.
You're welcome,
It's a pleasure
Sarah.
to having you on this program.
Thank you.
I'm sure whoever that watches this program, it's pushed, it's motivated by Fatou's story. And thank you so much for always joining us on Generation Next. Mohammed, thank you so much for always being there to make sure that you bring this program live to our beautiful audience. And from the entire Generation Next team, we say cheers.